What's up, YouTube? This is Scott Susser back with another video, and today I'm going to discuss how not to shank someone while you're in prison. Yes, I was in prison for 15 years, 6 months, 8 days for 7 counts of assault on police officers when I was 16. Anyways, I had a guy who was an associate, I hung out with all the time for about 8 years. One day, I walked into the bathroom to take a piss, and he was in there banging another dude in the shower. Now, for context, this guy for the past 7 years was anti-gay. You know, in order to be a solid convict in prison, you don't really fuck with homosexuals or the sissies. Now, I don't care if you're gay. Let me clarify that. And numerous gay guys hit on me all the time, even to this day. I'm not interested, and I don't care what you do with your penis or your butthole or your mouth. I'm not gonna be into that shit. So I decided after that, seeing the guy in the shower fucking the other dude, I was gonna stab him. Not because he was gay, but because he was a lying fucking piece of shit. For 7 years, he told me about how he was not gay, he would never fuck with another dude, and then I catch him fucking with another dude. I was disgusted. Not by the sex act, but because of the fact of this guy supposed to keep his word. In life, you have nothing but your word. If you can't keep your word, you're fucking a piece of shit to me. And I still stand by that. If you can't keep your word, you're a fucking piece of shit to me. If you're a liar, you're a fucking piece of shit. So anyways, I get my buddy, and I'm like, hey man, I need a shank. He's like, okay, I got you. He makes me a shank. He brings me this shank. It's like 1.5 feet long, as thick as a pencil. So I put on my clothes on my bed, fold it all up, I put my pillow over top of it, and I shank it. It goes through my clothes for the most part, and no issues. So I'm like, good, okay, I'm ready to go. Tonight I'm gonna stab this guy. So later that night, I went out of my cell. I walked down the hallway. I opened the dude's door. I walked into his cell, and I smacked him in his face, told him to wake up. Apparently, he had taken his Seroquel, so he was sleeping on sleeping meds. So I punched him in his face, told him to get the beep up. He did not get up, so I punched him a few more times, and he just went, snored. So I said, man, it's your last chance to get up, or I'm going to stab you. He did not get up. So I said, fuck it, and I put the shank over my head, and I slung that motherfucker hard as I could and stabbed this guy right in his chest. It went in, I pulled it out, blood started coming out, I stabbed him again, stabbed him again, stabbed him again, stabbed him again. I stabbed him about 4 or 5 more times, 6 more times, whatever. So I go to stab him the 9th time or whatever it was. He rolls over, I hit him in the shoulder blade. My shank fucking bent like an L. So I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm sitting there holding my shank. This guy's screaming. I'm holding my shank. I'm trying to bend it back in place, make it straight up and down again. And he's trying to move, so I stab him again. I hit him in his breastplate. The shank fucking broke in half. So now I got this little half-ass piece of shank, and it's fucking crap. So I'm stabbing this guy. with a little half-ass shank. He's screaming and hollering. And blood's still coming out, but I can't get, down in there because the shank's too small now. So I stabbed him probably, 120 times. He's screaming like a little bitch, crying, why'd you shank me? And I didn't respond to him, I just kept stabbing him. Finally, I decided this shank is no good anymore, so I threw this shank on the ground, and I opened the door. I spit on the guy, opened the door, walked out of his cell, back to my cell. Made a cup of coffee in my hot pot, lit up a cigarette, poured the coffee, laid on my bed, smoking my cigarette with my legs crossed, my hands behind my head, got 1 cup of coffee in my hand, drinking it. Next thing you know, the guards roll into my door with AK-47, AR-15s or whatever the fuck they had, mini 14s or whatever the fuck it was they had. And they take me to the hole, and I sit in solitary confinement for 3.5 years for this. Anyways, my point is this. If you're going to kids that are going to prison today, if you're going to shank someone in prison, get a good shank that's not a total piece of shit. Now, that guy didn't die, and if he would have died, then so what? I would have faced a murder charge. But to me, it would have been worth it because you lied to me. I take lying seriously. Now, since I've been out of prison, I haven't stabbed anybody. I've been in numerous fights over the years. not so much as of recently, but I've been numerous fist fights, going to bars, partying, hanging out, being cool. People always want to fight you because they see that you're, have tattoos or whatever. They want to fight you in a bar. Anyways, I've been lucky so far and haven't had to go back to prison. I've got no new offenses, no new charges. But kids, if you're gonna stab someone in prison, in a prison riot, or in a jail cell, make sure you get a good shank, because the one I had I thought was good, but apparently it was not. The guy suffered some damages. He had to go with, medical and get treatment for quite some time. And I messed up his kidney. I messed up his liver. But I don't care about that. The point is, this video is make sure you get a good shank. Thanks for watching.